daylight savings. Dude, that was one of the biggest blessings. I woke up. This is how like brain fogged you are before prep. I went to the microwave and I was like, it says it's 6 a.m. That says it's 5 a.m. My phone wrong? Is the microwave off? So out of it, I was like, well, if this is wrong, I'm gonna be late for my show. That's wrong. I just got an extra hour of sleep. Of course, the microwave being wrong. I got an extra hour of sleep because it was daylight savings. A joyous moment. Right now, answering some emails on my ghetto treadmill desk. Just getting back in the office. This is my first day back in the gym after the show. So we're gonna take it light. We're doing pull day, and I actually have some carbs in me, so I'm excited to lift and get a pump. I feel like I haven't been able to push the intensity in a while, but I gotta hold off. We are doing a pull day, but it's a very mild volume, just trying to get my feet wet, so to speak, because I'm like in a newbie's shoes again, because I haven't trained in so long. So we're gonna take it easy, go through a pull day. I'm gonna take you through the whole session. It's more of a deloaded session because I just got done with a show and I've been dieting for however many months. And we got to slowly build back up into the higher volume. But my carbs are pretty high compared to what they've been, so I'm excited to get a good pump and get after it. Let's do it. I'm actually very excited about this training session because I finally feel like I have like a very good intention. Like when you get that deep into prep, it's like you just need to get it done. I was like dreading training. I was so tired. It was like, I just got to do something to maintain muscle. But now that prep's over, and again, this is like the first session really back at it, and it's my favorite day of the week, which is pull. I'm able to really focus on growing. I'm able to focus on my weak points so that I can have a productive off season because I do plan to compete again. And one of the big focuses is gonna be my lats, my chest, shoulders, being men's physique as a focus. We're gonna get after it, like deload, because I gotta be smart. If you go ham after like being depleted and tired and fatigued and all that, you're probably gonna tear something or overstrain yourself or just be so just zap the rest of the week. I have a very, very intentional focus of what I'm growing, what I'm prioritizing, and how I'm gonna develop my body over the course of the next 18 months, literally. Like we're spending a full year to try to put on size. So we're gonna start with a single arm pull down. Normally I would like to use like a hammer strength, but I don't have that here. So we're gonna go with just a good prime handle. So let's do it. A little overzealous in that one, probably a little too heavy. People overthink strict form a lot where they're going so slow. Then there's people who are like swinging and just so crazy with it that you don't have a good contraction. I think there's like a good middle ground. Like I try to go slow enough to where I know what I'm doing, I'm aware, because now I can rotate a little bit at the top because I can feel a bigger stretch. But then at the bottom, I might actually need to lean laterally into it a little bit because part of what your lats do is actually laterally twist, like an oblique crunch. They actually do that for your spine. So you can get a better contraction if you lean. So you have to have some body English, some movement, which requires slow, strict form to be aware of it. But if you're going so slow to have like a perfect resistance curve line of force and all that shit that people talk about, I don't think you train hard enough. Sipping on some intra-workout carbs while I train. Intra-workout carbs are carbs, it's calories, and your calories are scarce when you're dieting and you don't want to waste on anything but food. When I shift and my calories go up, I do want to prioritize that because having some essential amino acids, electrolytes, highly brain cyclic dextrin, which is the starchier carb, the glucose in here. There's a little bit of fructose, which is the fruit type of carb that's gonna help with liver glycogen, blood sugar, all those kind of things. They're gonna help mitigate the stress response from training, cortisol hormone. It's gonna help build muscle, recover faster, and there's some research to show if you're following a higher volume program, it might help you squeeze out a little bit more volume, better performance, better recovery, more muscle growth. This is 25 grams carbs, nothing crazy, but I sip on this and I love it when I train because it does make a difference. Lats are a big focus, obviously. When you're training any muscle, like the biggest thing to think about is joint angles and contraction types. So we have shortened, where you're squeezing it at the bottom range, the lengthen at the loading the stretch phase. So with this, we're going overhead, it's a vertical pull. Now we're gonna go into a horizontal pull. Then we're going to go into a pull over, which is again a vertical pull technically, but we're really utilizing that fan-shaped portion of the muscle with a straighter arm and focusing on this long range with a low elbow to try to stretch the muscle. So changing the joint angle, changing the variations throughout the session so you can really try to honestly hit the muscle from every angle, every rep range, every intensity you can, while really focusing on that stretch phase motion more than anything else, because that's what science shows to be the most effective. So now we're gonna go into an overhand bent row. I feel like people, they're either a barbell bent row or a Smith machine bent row person. I like Smith machine so much better. It controls the movement so much more. And I didn't put, it's actually still in a box over there. I bought it and I'm very lazy. The counterbalance cable isn't on there. So there's no assistance on it. So usually 45-pound plates is like nothing on there because it assists you, but mine is like normal. There's no assistance, but it keeps you in line. You can just position yourself in a good spot to just hit the lat or the trap or whatever you're after, right where you want it. Just don't move, just row, just overload. Takes the thinking out of it, takes the balance and stability out of it, and just lets you go. Oh. All right, you wanna see something funny? When you do bodybuilding, there's men's physique, and there's bodybuilders. Bodybuilders wear banana hammocks, little thong speedos. So when you go in the tanning booths, some of the dudes are just butt ass naked, just getting spray tanned, right? Men's physique, you're wearing board shorts. So if I don't have to be naked, I'm not gonna be naked. So I just wear a small briefs, right? Check this, tan line out. Woo! And that's 2 days later. That's quite the tan. I feel like my quads withered away. They're lean, but this is like 4 showers of me scrubbing with my wife's, what are those things called? Loofah on a stick. I don't use loofahs. Showering for Cody McBroom is a discount item 3-in-1 wash. Body wash, conditioner, shampoo all in one. If I'm lucky, they'll have a 4-in-1. You can use it on your face too. I don't use face products. Nothing. We got straight arm pull downs or pull overs where we're going here in big stretch and then pulling down. A lot of people butcher their lat pullovers, whether they're doing dumbbell cables, anything like that, because they're not emphasizing the right thing. They're so focused on that contraction at the end when they should be really focused on the stretch. However, one of the big reasons people suck at the contraction on the bottom is because they're so focused on doing bilateral, and there's so many opportunities to have a better stretch and contraction with lat training when we do unilateral, which is single arm. So what I'm gonna do, instead of doing a pullover with 2 arms, I'm doing it single arm. This is gonna allow me to get further away from the cable, get a bigger stretch, and then like I was talking about before in the workout, I'm gonna also be able to laterally flex my spine like an oblique crunch. That's gonna fire my lats even more. So I can kind of move with it and use my own posture and mechanics to bend with the movement and get a way better feel for the muscle as I go through this rep and this range of motion. These are one of the best investments you can make. I think I paid 20 bucks tops on Amazon for any type of lateral raise, reverse fly, even chest flies. It's amazing. It takes the grip out of it so you don't fatigue your arms in a movement that is not about your arms. You can really isolate a muscle. It just helps you get into a really good path while you keep that perfect posture with your wrist and just really isolate the muscle. Love these. They work good for glute, booty stuff too. I just don't. It's not what I'm really doing. I want to explain those. They look so funny. I'm like, those little quarter reps. There's research behind this. So much research has shown that lengthened stretch phase. So on a hammer curl, if I'm all the way down and actually starting to pronate my wrist a little bit, that's like the most stretched I can make my bicep, which is why if I was on an incline bench and I went all the way down and rotated in, I'm stretching it fully. So after I finish my last rep and I'm pretty fatigued and I can't do a full range of motion, there's gonna be a benefit from a muscle growth perspective to finish with some partials at the bottom. Even though I'm not doing full reps, I'm doing an extra 5 to 10 reps in that lengthened portion under load. So stretching the muscle under load is going to cause more hypertrophy. So a really easy way to squeeze out a little bit more gains on everything you do is on the last set. If it's not gonna mess up your next exercise, which this is my last exercise for the day, throw in some quarter reps that make you look like a weird bro meathead in the gym that doesn't look like they're doing anything. But as long as you do it at the end of your set and it's not hampering the rest of your workout, you got science to back you up. Smart. Little tip. And that is a wrap on the pull day. The first day in the gym since the show. The first day, this is the best workout I've had in months, honestly. Probably in the last like 6 weeks. Carbs really started to drop, cardio was going up. This week we had a bit of a relief of cardio. I'm at 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week still, but I was at 50 minutes. You don't wanna just cut it out completely. And some cardio, off season is good. I'm still gonna taper it down a bit, but 30-minute sessions per day now, starting yesterday. Getting good sleep, carbs are back up, intra-workout carbs in the session. I feel really good. This was the best workout that I've had in a long time. It just goes to show how much carbs matter. But feeling good, off season is in full effect. The plan is to gain and improve my physique, and potentially do some more cool things with it that I will announce later on because I want to have concrete details before I make any claims. Until next time.